and welcome to the WHYcast, episode 45. I'm Nancy.
I'm Matt.
And we are the hosts of the only podcast about a hacker camp in the universe. This volunteer-run event will take place this year, well, actually in 1 week, approximately
This month.
42 kilometers north of Amsterdam, from August 8th to 12th. So, At, what are we talking about today?
Well, after 45 episodes, well, actually 46 because we started counting at 0, of course. We have the news, we have an interview, we have a Where to Hack, we have a vacancy of the week, and we have listener questions.
Woohoo! It sounds
But
like a format.
Yes, it's like we planned this.
It's like we have an actual idea what we're doing. Yeah, let's talk about the news first. I think it's awesome. I asked team volunteers, do you by any chance have any idea how many angels we had at MCH 2022? So I got all the data, which was awesome, with all the seconds of work done and all the data. Well, that's not quite true. No personal data, of course. So only numbers about time.
Aggregated data.
A number of people. So not names or anything, but let me, I have to be...
Yeah. Oh, it's a privacy-aware organization.
It's a privacy-aware organization, so I don't know who those people are. But at MCH 2022, 500 angels signed up. And that was all the angels that signed up also during camp, because it's possible, of course, to go to heaven during camp and say, hi, can I please do some angel shifts and help the camp out and get some food and cool t-shirts and other swag in return. And an amazing camp, because it's all about the camp experience. Doing an angel shift will improve your camp. So 500 people last time signed up. So I was like, okay, hold my beer. Let's bring in more angels this time. And actually, at this point of recording this episode, we surpassed the 500 angels signed up. So that's awesome. So cool.
Yeah.
So we beat the MCH records. And also what I just heard is that all the angel shifts are also in the angel system. So you can actually have a sneak peek on what types of things you can do from all the shifts that are there. I think let's up it up a notch, because we can get more angels in, because the more the merrier, and also more hands make light work. So let's please make camp awesome together, and not having this backgrounds for nothing if you are watching on YouTube. So great news, I think. And you also signed up as an angel, right?
Yes.
Of course you did.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah. You are probably at the info desk. Wild guess.
Yes. One of my tasks will be to also facilitate angel shifts at the info desk and help the angels get started. And of course, together with the team, because there's a whole bunch of people in Team Info doing all the great work, and all the love to them as well.
Absolutely.
I have the best team of the entire world. But I might be biased.
We're all Team Y, right? Oh,
we're all Team
Nancy,
Y.
that's so mushy unicorns and rainbows again. Yeah.
All the love. No, it's actually awesome. And like I said in the last episode as well, doing those angel shifts and getting more involved made the camp so much cooler that now I'm there doing this thing.
It's really rewarding. It's really rewarding. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, this also has been very rewarding, and also something that we already did with a lot of angels, which I forgot to write down, so bear with me, is that we packaged 400 welcome packages.
4,000.
4,000. Did I say 400? 4,000. Yes. So a lot of people showed up at the sweatshop last Saturday. I think it's amazing. It was so much fun. We started approximately, I think, around 10, and we finished the last package, including the stickers and all, around 3:30 in the afternoon. So very doable.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, we were fairly quick. There even people showed up who don't even have white tickets. So that was even more amazing. But I saw
Yeah.
a lot of old faces, new faces, and it was, of course, a lot of people from Team Info, a lot of people from Team Projectleiding, and it was really cool to do some manual labor and actually make sure that everybody at camp gets their welcome package. So please do note that another sweatshop is planned, probably for tomorrow, but it might become a little bit later. I will edit it in here.
Hi, Ad from the future here. It's going to be different again. The package is probably a bit delayed, but we're not entirely sure. So place and time of the badge sweatshop is up in the air for now. There is a Signal group with all the details, and if you want to join the Signal group, please go to the wiki. On the front page there is a link to the badge sweatshop for August 2nd, which is tomorrow. And on that page, there's the link to the Signal group. If you join there, you'll get all the latest updates. And there's also the table where you can register if you want to come. Now back to the studio.
Another update here. Hi, this is Nancy from the future. We just learned that the sweatshop for tomorrow, 2nd of August, is cancelled for now. That is because the shipment will arrive next week on the 7th of August. So if you want to stay up to date, please go to the wiki. All the information will be there with the latest news. This also means that you can only help with the sweatshop for the badge if you have a valid Y ticket. So back to our past selves again. Thank you. So you can still help with a sweatshop. That's fine. What is also, because it's excruciating work, is that all the permits are in. Because it sounds like the permits. It is not the permit. There are actually, let's say, around 7 loose steps that you have to go through, and different permits for all kinds of different things. Most importantly, the one for the alcohol we got very early in last week somewhere, and I was like, well, if we don't get the permit, at least we can drink. But eventually we got it. We got it anyways, and thank you to Jik and Dave and all the other people, Team Synthrain, who did crazy amounts of work to make this thing happen. So a lot of people put a lot of work in to make this possible. So much even that the municipality was complaining that we wrote too much documentation. That was a new one. But
that's a new one,
yeah. So, but it's great news. We weren't scared if whether or not we would get it. But it's more like all the last little questions that I want to have answered. So we already knew that they would grant it to us, but man, it took a while.
And it is obviously a relief if you actually get the last okay and it is final.
Now I can go on with my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also, today is a very special day. Tell me all about it, Ott. Why is today a very special day, the 1st of August?
Well, for many, many reasons, but also the first boots are on the terrain. I'm not talking about boots from Team Info, but no, Netsmerf sent a message in one of the Signal groups. I'm on the field.
That was on Monday
I'm
already.
here. Yeah. And that was on Monday, but today on the Friday when this goes out, first big build-up starts. This is still for just a select few people because it's actually dangerous to be on the field now with all the big machinery going around.
It's very Spartan.
Yeah, and from tomorrow. From the 2nd, more and more facilities are available, and then build-up gets into a whole other gear, and things start to speed up, and that's when people are very welcome to help. Do check the blog post on safety.
Yes.
Because things are dangerous. Stay away from the big angry machines. For the safety of the machines and the safety of yourself.
Yes. And also, please do note that heaven, so that is the place where angels can refresh and eat and drink and whatnot, will be fully operational by Friday night. So if you arrive this weekend, everything will be there for you. So you can do work, there is a lot of things that can be done. Just show up at heaven with your ticket. Show up at heaven, sign up in the angel system so we actually know that how much food we have to arrange at heaven. That helps. And just come and help us. If you have a spare weekend, of course you can stay all week after that until opening of camp. You're more than welcome to. But if you don't have the time because you still have to work or have other obligations, please, if you can only come one day this weekend, it would be of great help to speed up the build-up process.
Yes, absolutely. And all the puzzle pieces are actually coming together now, and we see all kinds of teams scrambling last minute to fix the last things and get in touch and get stuff organized. And I think it's going to be awesome.
It is. I'm most certain that it's going to be awesome because I hear and see so many cool things, and I only see a fraction of it, right?
Well, I think you see quite a lot.
I see quite a lot, but not all.
No,
not by far, I think. But that's okay. So I can be surprised as well, which is great. So yeah, there's loads of more to tell, but we also have a very amazing interview coming up. So if you want more news, I will be on the field when this episode comes out. If you want to talk to me, I will be on the field when this episode comes out, and the days after that until so come to the field, come talk to me, and I will give you all the news you want.
Well, there's also stuff needs to be done.
Yeah. What kind of interviews do we have this week, Odd? Because I think it's a special one.
It's a very
all
special
the interviews
one.
are special, by the way.
Yes, but this goes back a bit. This goes back even before the Galactic Hacker Party of '89.
No way.
Yes, this goes back to 1985.
Wow.
Some of our visitors will not have been born by 1985, but some will. Phrack, Phrack, was a magazine back then, a paper magazine that, taught about hacking stuff and phone phreaking and stuff like that. And they're back. They are back. They are going to celebrate 40 years of hacking and magazine stuff, and talking about the security and also documenting how this changed from phone phreaking in a world where security was not just optional but new. It had to be invented.
Yeah.
All the way to today, where there's cybersecurity conferences where cybersecurity is a job title, basically. So there's a giant shift, and they will be talking about this at the Andromeda at the large tent on the 9th.
That's
at
the
7.
Saturday. Yeah.
And there will be a party at Milliways later that evening
to
celebrating the new Phrack magazine, the physical Phrack magazine.
So,
or wasn't I allowed to spoil that?
I think you are allowed to spoil that. Okay. And otherwise, we will fix it in the edit. But what also is very cool, I think, is that Robert again helped us out and did the interview. So I guess let's listen to the interview with Phrack Magazine.
So welcome, guys. Welcome to the interview for WHYcast. Today we're talking to the guys from Phrack Magazine. So let's get started by introducing yourselves. My name is number 3. I'm part of the team info, and I've worked with you guys to get a magazine to the field. So please introduce yourself, Skyper.
Hello, everybody. My name is Skyper. I worked for Team Tasso, and then later started working for THC, a German hacking group. And I was the editor-in-chief of the Phrack magazine in 2000 until 2006.
Cool. TMZ, would you like to introduce yourself?
So hi, I'm TMZ. I'm one of the co-founders of TMP Out. I do a lot of back-end engineering, cloud engineering as well. And I'm one of the current staff editors of Phrack since a couple of years now.
Cool. So both of you are involved in hacking, the hacking scene, and Phrack magazine. So could you tell something about your current? You already mentioned at TMZ about your current role and how you got into this.
Yeah. So basically, I started as a seed admin, and everything cloud related just came after that. Back in the day, there was no such thing as cloud. So, and ever since I got my first computer, it just like starts to break it apart. So finding Phrack was a natural progression of it at some point, and then everything that followed was just like related. I would spend a lot of time in the underground in IRC and forums, learning about hacking and virus coding and all those things, and specializing in Linux. That's why we founded TMP Out. Tried to get the ELF community bigger, let's say, more mainstream nowadays. So yeah.
Okay, and Skyper, how did you get connected to Phrack magazine, and how long have you been at it?
A very similar story to TMZ. Also, I was very interested to take things apart and figure out how they worked. Presents that my parents gave me, I never played along with. I just took them apart with a screwdriver and looked inside, and then tried to rebuild them. And how I got involved with Phrack magazine in particular was in the early 2000s, or 1997, really it started. When Team Tasso was formed, we noticed that Phrack magazine was just not maintained anymore as good as we think it should be. And so I stole Phrack.org. Back then, Phrack magazine was hosted on Phrack.com, and Phrack.org was just an imposter. And I stole it from the French registrar. And together with Team Tasso, we recreated the webpage, and we started gathering articles for the first article, for the first magazine, for a first release. And then I approached Mike Schiffman, who was back then the editor-in-chief, and I told him that we were taking over, and he was very supportive of that, and so we did.
So that's cool. So we already talked a bit about history now, because you've been involved with like the latest reincarnation then. So can you talk a little bit more to people that don't know yet what Phrack magazine actually is and how it became so influential over the years? Because I personally remember it when I was doing my things with BBSs and text files. And so it's been there.
Has been around for 40 years. This year is our 40th anniversary, and started in 1985. And it was a magazine, online magazine, underground magazine, focusing on hacking and phreaking. Now, phreaking is not done so much these days anymore, but it used to be a sport and a hobby back then in the olden days, when we had to pay to dial up the internet or dial up other bulletin board systems. And so the game was, how can we manipulate the phone system to get free phone calls, or just party lines where we can chat, like before TikTok, where we could talk and communicate with just our friends. And so Phrack was born, Phreaking and Hacking magazine, and techniques and tricks were discussed in there, and research published, and that's how it started.
I think nowadays after 40 years, it's also like a record for the scene evolution, and perhaps like a voice of the scene spirit. I think culminated into something like this 40 years after.
Yeah, but like you said, I remember it really well when I was a teen, and then it's been quiet for a couple of years. So how did that come about? You already shared something that you noticed the same thing, and you decided to do something about it, Skyburn.
Yes, so I think I stepped down as an editor in 2006, but you never really step down. You're always a little bit involved. You know your friends are taking it over, and maybe for 1 or 2 years I was there and supported them as much as I can. But I got sidetracked with live and other things, and it just kept on running. And then maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the current then staff contacted many of the old staffers, including Mike Schiffman. And we had a group chat, and there were various ideas. Maybe it's no longer time for Phrack, maybe it's over, or maybe we should try to take it over, do one more release. But we decided that this is not over, that there's always the drive for researchers to find a medium to publish just for the sake of the research, without any interest in money, without any interest in criminal activities, just for the beauty of the research. And so we looked around who's able to take this over. And, we got in contact with the Tamp Out guys and some other friends, and the rest is history.
So, and this was 2000 and when?
Was the year before Phrack 71, huh?
Yes,
Yeah, I think it was in the end, second half of 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So just after COVID then.
Yeah.
That got restarted.
And we had just released a few editions of the TMP Out magazine, because in the beginning it was supposed to be just like a research group, and then we added a small community around it as well. There was 1,000 people suddenly with us in the server, and we just got the idea, let's do a zine, And I think it was obviously Phrack was an inspiration for this and a few other zines from the past.
Yeah.
And the format is very similar, so we tried to do something cool. And so we got some experience with these releases, and I think it was useful. When the former, the back then the staff for Phrack reached out to us, I think it was nice to kind of fit more or less what we were doing as well. So yeah.
So I remember back then when Phrack was the original incarnation in the 80s, that there were several other magazines that were going around online, and even the paper one. I've got a whole bunch of these things here. The 2600, which is very famous, of course. But you even precede that, right? I think the Phrack name precedes that.
I think 2600 was founded 1 year before Phrack.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 1 year older.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool. And nowadays if we have a handful, it's I don't think we even have a handful of magazines that are at least, maybe we have smaller circles. I know that there's some Brazilian magazines starting up now as well, but some of them, they run for a few years and they disappear. But consistent, I think we might have a handful, I think, nowadays, that I'm aware.
Yeah, there's 20. I mean, in the Netherlands, these events actually were started by a group that presented the Hectic magazine back then. So that was run for a couple of years, but it's really hard to maintain that type of magazine over the years, right? So can you talk a little about what it takes to put out a magazine like you're planning this time around?
Wow.
Big smiles.
It's I must say there's a lot more than I think we thought it would be. I don't know. I mean, it's a big release, right? It's 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
So there's 3 conventions at least, and there was smaller in between releases for other conventions. So it's a lot of different material, it's a lot of different styles, a lot of different formats and covers and printers and different countries, and logistics are different. I would say logistic is the biggest problem.
Right.
For the printed release, right? The online release is much simpler because obviously you still have to get the content, curate everything. But online you just you push somewhere a text file.
You make it happen.
Right? Yeah, it's not I don't have to handle with physical things like printers and all those things.
I think when we approached Tamp Out magazine to take over Phrack, we remained silent how much work it actually is.
Yeah, I must say that was a bit of omission there. because they were only a issue online, yeah, of course. And last year I think we started like the year thinking about, okay, let's do Phrack 71 like online on, and then suddenly we're like, should we kind of try to make like a physical release? And we're like, yeah, let's bring some to DEF CON or whatever, you know. And that was pretty cool. There's a lot of interest, and then we're like, okay, we learned a lot, and let's definitely do it for the 40th anniversary, right? But now it's like 2 continents and 3 types of printers and multiple covers and artists and all those things involved. And
I've
we
seen some of
got
the
a
art. It's
huge,
amazing.
yeah, it's great stuff. And we got a lot of help from people, from very talented artists, to work with for the layout of the magazine. It looks like something that you never looked that good, I think.
Yeah, I
It's
think
insane.
this was humbling to see when we did the fundraising, someone has to pay for all the print cost. And just to give you an example, for DEF CON alone, we are printing 8,500 copies.
Yeah.
That is over 10 metric tons of paper that we have to deliver to the convention center. And so what was
It's
humbling
crazy.
is that many of the people from the old community and from the new community put money in, and big money as well. And they explained to us then when they were young, Phrack helped them so much, and so they just want to pay a little bit back. And it just came in, all this money, all this support from all these people, and that was lovely to see how the community came back together.
Yeah, I mean, we were not even thinking about doing DEF CON, to be honest, this year, because we did it last time.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, the logistics are going to be complicated, but Jeff was also like
Reaching
very
out.
into it. Yeah, and so it was actually the last one, I guess, that we decided to do. And now it's going to be a whole thing, right? It's going to be like, 8,000 copies. There's going to be like a few of the staff are going to be there, some authors as well. We're going to have like a little event there. I think they're going to
Phrack
be
will
talk
be
also, right?
Phrack will be featured on the official DEF CON t-shirt
Yeah,
this year.
exactly. It's
Oh,
crazy.
wow,
They
cool.
made like
That's
super
crazy.
nice cover as well for the magazine. It's great.
So you're saying you're making 3 magazines this year, 3 events where you're presenting the magazine?
Well, so we have this main release, which is Phrack 72, and we are releasing this at 3 conferences. There are tiny difference between these 3 releases. They are almost all identical, but they have different covers, so different cover art, and they are also part of a different challenge are in each of these magazines. So really, to crack some of the challenges, you need to have a friend who has a hard copy from the other conference, and then you have to work together and combine your knowledge.
If you're really fast and you can travel to other conferences yourself, you can also get it. But I mean, there are a few days apart only, so I feel like it's almost impossible.
So we wanted with this, we wanted to encourage people to talk and work together. So now they have to.
So which are the 3 events then? Because DEF CON and WHY I know about.
DEF CON, WHY, and Hope.
And Hope. And Hope is just after DEF CON and WHY.
Yeah, it's a week after, and it's the conference from 2600 magazine from Emmanuel Goldstein.
Yeah, from Emmanuel. Yeah, cool. That's a cool way to get us collaborating globally.
Yeah, I think it would be cool. It's definitely interesting.
And you did already a paper release before, just a couple of weeks ago, right? At OffensiveCon.
Yes, there were 2, Recon and OffensiveCon, but these are not full releases. We call them 71.5, so kind of in between releases.
The in between release.
They're like exclusive content, and
yeah.
So these will be like collector's items, because I mean.
Yeah, I think there was like 600 or so at OffensiveCon and around 500 for Recon.
Wow.
They do not look the same, so the magazines are different. The covers are different. The articles inside are mostly different. There's obviously one or two that we wanted to keep the same because they're like we made a selection of like we asked the community which articles they like the best during the year, so we had a few of those there.
Cool.
But a lot of they're basically essentially different releases also.
So that's cool. And were there any secrets and in those early magazines, or just in the 72 release?
72.
Yeah,
72.
We didn't add intels before, yeah.
Yeah, I told you guys before we came in the show that we are doing a secret token game as well on the field. So People should go and hunt, right?
Maybe there's a secret token in this hard copy release. Maybe. Who
Well,
can
we'll
tell?
see.
Yeah.
So
Check it out.
let's see if they can find it. So what about coming to the field? You're going to have a release party on the field in a couple of weeks. It's in the schedule already. So what's the plan? Can you share that?
Well, I guess for the release event, I just wanted to people to engage with us in the stage. We're gonna talk a little bit about Phrack, maybe answer some questions. But then we're gonna have a nice party at the Milliways village. They were kind enough to reach out to us, and we've been collaborating as well together with WHY organization.
Yep.
And we're gonna have some snacks and some drinks there. While it lasts.
Not just some drinks. We have 500 liters of beer, all free. And we also bring to the party some beer cups for the people to take home with as a memory.
Yeah, they're very nice. There gonna be lots of stickers as well. And yeah, it's gonna be very cool.
That's gonna be cool. And the both of you are gonna be there, or are more people coming from the Phrack editorial team?
I think for WHY it's gonna be the two of us, but we do have some authors that are gonna be there as well. So we plan to meet them. Maybe bring them to do the event with us.
Cool.
And talk a little bit. Yeah.
So on the content, you already said the authors are probably going to be there at our event or probably at DEF CON as well, or hope. So how does that work nowadays? Do people just send in to Phrack and you get that big pile of research papers and articles that you wish for, and then it's just filled to the rim with great content? Or how does that process work for you guys?
Well, it's a evolving process, I think. But yeah, we have submissions. We're trying to do a lot of automation and make use of modern tools, I guess, to keep track of things. So we have everything in version control nowadays, so we can easily create assigned tasks and things for people. We're trying to make the review process a bit more modern and more accessible as well, because we want the community to be involved. So we have a lot of people from the community that maybe they can't write an article, but they can contribute by reviewing the article, or some of them have some sort of access to hardware that the article is written for a very niche hardware or something like this, some Spark server or whatever, or some kind of microcontroller that's very obscure. Some people from the community, they have access to this, so they can actually test the article's code and see if it's actually, proofread it properly and be sure that everything's working. And then it's really, really nice actually to work with all these people.
And I think this is important to us, that it's not just a magazine by stuff for the hackers, it's a magazine by the hackers for the hackers.
Yeah.
So we like to get people involved, and we appreciate any help we get with reviewing and organizing these things and artwork. Most of this is done from just random hackers, not by the staff.
Yep. It's a lot of work,
cool.
and it's been we also did this last year, and we wanted to get this process even better and bigger, more people involved, and it's been great, and we're very grateful for all the people that are involved with us.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this and you want to help, find our Discord channel. If you're able to find the Discord channel, you're welcome.
Please join us.
Another challenge. So on the hacker culture, I mean, when we look back where this came from, like you mentioned already, from phreaking and hacking in the payphones time, like the 80s. In your opinion, how did the magazine change by this over time? I mean, initially it was about sharing underground information. How do you view that at this point in time? The articles that you're getting, are they?
Well, we don't really know how the articles looked like that the staff got back then. I can tell that in the articles that we got in 2000 and to now, it's the same thing. About 50% of the article are just not good enough. But no, we appreciate they're fun to read, but they just are not for our magazine, because Phrack is not about quantity, it's about quality. We like to have the perfect article. And then the remaining article often take a lot of work, from fixing the spelling to making things more clear. So a lot of work goes in by the staff and volunteers, sometimes rewriting half of the article and working together with the author to make it easy to understand for somebody who is not familiar with the topic. Because we would like to make it accessible to everybody, right? So we have to make sure it's really clear and easy to understand. It's complex technology, so we try to make it as easy as we can. So a lot of work goes into that.
Yeah, and I think that the style of writing, I mean, people kept similar, I think, throughout the years. The content, I think, it also evolved with the scene and the field itself, the technology field. We have content nowadays that it's a bit less, sometimes a bit less dramatic, but also very impactful. Like we have 8 things that are related to APTs, things that they were not really imaginable like 30, 40 years ago, sort of maybe, but obviously we don't have a lot of content on Freaking anymore, which is a shame because I'm pretty sure there's some cool stuff you can do. But there's a lot of like professional articles and just a bunch of anecdotal things, which are like very high quality stories that are not tech heavy, but they're tech related. And there's gonna be a few actually in this release, and they're like very, very nice to read. And they're also like all the things that we have in between. We have the line noise as well, which it's very high quality. Either technical content or like more beginning friendly as well. There's all sorts of content.
So that's great to hear that it's all kinds of content, and it sounds like you're scaling up the editorial process from the past. Is that a lesson learned then, that why they ended up slowing down in the end? I mean, this new revival, it sounds like you're doing a better job of getting content. And
I'm not going to say that we are. I mean, we're trying. I don't know. I can't really quantify. I guess
you could say in 20 years, maybe.
Something about it. Yeah, but I don't know. But, I think we're trying to be more proactive around that. And I feel like instead of waiting for people to reach out to us, we sometimes kind of nudge them a little bit. Hey, there's this thing. Do you want to participate? We're trying to be more open about it in social media or whatever.
Yeah,
I guess it's just to broaden a little bit the message to see be more visible. I think that's important nowadays with younger people as well. Maybe for us not so much, right? I mean, I don't really care so much about social media. My personal opinion, but I understand that it's a powerful tool to reach like as many people.
Yeah.
From everywhere. I think it's. I think this helped. Not gonna lie. So I think it's something around that. It brought some traction back to it, which is good. And the community that we're creating, I think it also like helps. But I don't really know exactly how it worked in the past, so I can't really comment on that.
But you have a certain hope then for the magazine, and the community that is building around it, because it's definitely different. I mean, I remember back in the 80s, the community was the people that you could reach locally or on your bulletin board. And nowadays, the world is so much smaller. You just drop the Discord. Suddenly, people can gather in online places like we. Well, maybe on IRC we did before, but some people find IRC hard to get to. But Discord is like everyone, young and old, can get to that, right? I mean, do you see that? What role do you see the Phrack magazine and your community have then in the whole hacker scene?
Well, I think what you're trying to achieve is to inspire new generations of hackers and researchers, that we are still there, and there's some really joy to have in doing research and going down these rabbit holes, and where everybody else just sees darkness, but we see the light, and we find amazing treasures down there, and amazing satisfaction to figuring things out.
Yeah, stay curious.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can see which is something that happened with TMP out as well, because we didn't really have any expectations back then. It started with me and a few other friends. It was like 3, 4 people, and suddenly we were like 6 or 7. Like, okay, let's get like a chat group. There's 1,000 people there now, more than 1,000 people, and like it's 4 releases already, and people are sharing all sorts of techniques. And we have like very, influential people from the scene, like uh, they just join there and talk to like all these young people, or
Right.
all these people that I found a bug or something, but thought nobody cared, and they published there, they pushed there, and then we talk a bunch with them, and then suddenly they're like also writing an article for us. So I think it's not the community. Having this community and the easiness of access helps, because a lot of these people, maybe they do things on their own and they don't really know, or they think that nobody will
Right.
care, or they think that it's not relevant. But having this place where they can like be safe and reach out and like share their work and get the feedback, I think you encourage them to like push further.
So yeah, so it sounds like you're actually not just rekindling an old magazine, but creating a new way of collaborating, a new platform for the hacker scene to continue new legacy for the younger generation. Then
We hope
Let's
so.
hope.
Somehow,
It's
right?
yeah,
Try to
yeah.
steer to that direction, like little by
Cool.
little, adjusting here and there with each iteration, trying to find like something that is like steady.
Sounds cool. And so I wanted to get back on the paper release, because I remember in 2005, that was my first Dutch hacker event. There was a Phrack release there. But I learned from Skyper, from you, I think, that was not the first. Yep, that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one was also Netherlands, or the very first hardcore release was at HAL 2001.
Yep.
Yeah, and we released it 24 years ago at HAL 2001, the very first hard copy of Phrack ever.
So there's something special about the Dutch hacker camps for you guys.
It was fantastic to come back now.
Yeah, I remember when Skyper mentioned this, and we were like, yeah, it's more than 20 years ago, so it felt natural, I think.
Yeah, it's cool to be able to host you guys and help you get that magazine out there again.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
So talking about the history, I mean, so is there anything that you could share for people that don't know about the history of Phrack that stands out, and that is a story that has been going around throughout the years that you love to share?
There's so much history in Phrack. I mean, from the Hackers Manifesto to smashing the stack for fun and profit. And maybe a lesser known story is the one that the Eric Blodex was arrested for publishing the E911 documentation.
Oh yeah.
And he was sued by the American government, and it was then Mr. Nagel from the Nagel TCP algorithm who defended him in court as an expert witness, and it was a formation of the EFF that the founders of the EFF that didn't exist then paid some of the bills for the lawyers, and in fact in the end they proved that all this information that he published could also be requested for like $10 or so. So there was no case. The case collapsed. But it was a moment where these guys decided we have to found the EFF, another organization who defends people like Eric Blodex from the government, who just doesn't understand technology and doesn't understand information.
Yeah. So that's a great thing if you think about it. That kind of story actually, because of it, started the whole EFF pushing freedom to the front and keeping the boundaries clear, right? So just for fun, I mean, you've been around for 40 years. Do you still have like old stuff from back then besides the magazine, like a rotary phone or one of those old modems? Or
unfortunately, I don't. No, I don't have this old stuff anymore. I wish I had kept it, but no.
I don't think. I mean, I have some things, but I think they're all in probably my grandma's house in Brazil or something. I have some old boxes that I used to use to hack some payphones when I was a kid. The payphone in Brazil was a very specific kind of payphone with some little cards and stuff. There was all sorts of things I was doing, but I don't think I have a lot of things anymore, which is kind of a shame. I mean, I never thought I was gonna be like, in this position right now when I was younger.
You were
So
young.
I guess, if I knew, obviously I would have kept all sorts of things. But it's kind of a bummer, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
So do you miss any of the? I mean, I remember the beeping sound of a dial-up, right? I mean,
Yeah,
we all do.
Yeah.
That's
I mean that's
nostalgia for you.
still it's very
So-
nostalgic.
So maybe that's a message to the current generation. Hold on to your old stuff. Hold on to the magazine.
Yeah.
25 years from now, you will look back and
Yes.
says, "I'm glad I didn't throw it away."
Exactly. I mean,
Don't
definitely.
throw it away, please.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, and up until recently, I think I still had my first computer where I think I was reinstalling Windows 98 3 times a day because I was running my viruses there because there was no virtual machines back then, right? So, and then
Connected to the
you know,
internet.
oh, exactly. I mean, that hard drive, I don't even know how that hard drive was still working. Like, I got rid of it like a couple years ago. It finally broke down, but like 25 plus years. So it was a
No
very sad moment
snapshot.
to be part of that, No, I mean, couldn't really do anything about it, so it was just dead. But
Yep.
it was definitely a warrior of a computer.
So we're coming to the 30-minute mark. So I would like to have a final question for you. I mean, you're already talking about sharing some advice to the next generation, and you already kind of did. But what would you really tell them? How should they be involved, contribute to Phrack, and how can they reach and find out about the content? So, Skyper.
My advice to them would be, if it sometimes feels a little bit lonely in your little dark rabbit hole, don't be worried. We have been there, and keep looking for these secrets and crack these puzzles. And it's a beautiful satisfaction to figuring things out.
TMZ?
You are not alone.
Yeah, 100%. My device is around the same, but also like read the classics, learn from the previous generations, and get the way that was paved, and just continue, involving as many people as possible. I think the community is one of the most important things. I really, really know a lot of examples of people that think that their work is not good enough. And they mention this, between friends, and but it really, really is. And if you, you'll never really know if you don't share it, I'd say.
Right.
So reach out, let people talk about you. Maybe the work is almost perfect and just needs a little bit of fine tuning. We got a lot of articles that are like, at first we're like, okay, maybe it's not, but oh yeah, sure, we work around this, and it could be something really, really nice. I think it's all about like, read the classics and think about what can you do to contribute to the community and bring your work, together with everybody else. I think the multi brain is better than a singular brain in this case, and the community
Yeah.
will help you feel safe and more, cherish, I think, as well, which I feel like it's a thing that is important for people.
That's great. So, on the field in 3 weeks. This will be broadcasted next Friday, so by then it will be 2 weeks. So we will almost be building up the field,
Nice.
and looking forward to seeing you guys there. When is the release party? Do you know already? It's in the schedule.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the Saturday at 7. We have the release event, and I think 9:30 or so, or 9-ish, at the Milliways
Yeah.
Village. The same
The
day,
Milliways
Saturday,
Village
so.
after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. It's in the schedule, and the Milliways we can all find. And if you can't
Yeah.
find it, it will be on the map. That will be
Yeah.
at the gate. Hey guys, thank you for the interview, and I'm really looking forward to having the magazine in my hands in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. and then being there on the field and meeting you guys after this
Excellent.
long exercise
Thanks,
to
number
getting
three.
it printed.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
Likewise, we're
number
very
three, and for all
excited
your
about
help.
it. Thank you very much.
So also awesome to see that there's a new generation that stood up to make this happen, right? I think it's if you look in our organization, there are actually some pretty young people, as young as 14 and 15, who are helping out organizing things. And
Absolutely.
it's to me, it's very hopeful to see that there's a new generation or a younger generation that is standing up also to make sure that this camp will happen in 12, 16, and I don't know when this
How
will
many
ever
years?
end.
Yeah.
But we see some very new, cool young people showing up and doing their part. So that's amazing.
Yeah, there's a couple of them in my team actually. A little side note. There's some newcomers. They were very happy to help out, and they were curious about everything. And let's write that down. So the newcomer guide is made by actual newcomers.
Yeah, I think that is amazing as well.
And now they know everything, so they can run the info desk.
Right? What a smart way to get your knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's really cool. That's the participation. That's
absolutely
awesome. Yeah.
So let's put in a bumper right here. Each week we will share where you can find why-minded people, where to hack. I was making the notes for this show and I was like, where to hack? Yeah, duh. For the coming 2 weeks, there's only one place you want to be, I think. And,
First, stop by angel.why2025.org, register there, and get yourself to the field and help out, and let's make camp awesome.
And join the fun. Absolutely. So, of course, we have had parking and merch as vacancies, and they could still use some help, but we have a new vacancy of the week this week. And you know a little bit about it, so can you shed some light on it?
Team Productiehuis, which is very Dutch, but they have everything to do with video and audio in the tents, both for people sitting in the tent as well as getting it to the stream back end to send out on the internet. They could really use your help. So they are looking for AV experienced people. Mm-hmm. People who know their way around mixers, know about microphone, know about cabling and how that stuff works. But also during the event, angel shifts for audio and video angels during all the talks. That's quite a lot of hours in total because all the talks, except for the TLP red ones, are recorded and streamed. So you need a couple of cameras, you need someone to do the sound and someone to do the video mixing for each tent, for each talk. Yeah. But there are workshops on day 0 and day 1 that teach you. And if it's all set up, it's fairly easy to do. I mean, I managed to do it, so it should be not that difficult.
It's doable. Yeah.
It's really doable. So if you're there at day 0 or day 1 and you think I might want to give that a try, make sure to follow the workshops and sign up for angel shifts for specifically audio and or video. And if you have some AV experience and you think, oh, I could help out on -1, -2 or day 0 on the field with AV stuff, get in touch with Productiehuis. If you think, well, I can help immediately
with
get in touch with them. Yeah, with build up.
Please do.
Please get in touch and they can use your help.
Yeah. Cool.
So there's that.
Let me check. Did we have, a lot of things are going on now on all our social media channels, but I'm not quite sure. Of course, we didn't get an email. Nope. No emails. No. Did we get any other messages from listeners or anything worth mentioning that you think is a cool question from Team Info, for instance?
Well, I do have one thing that we were discussing internally and together with team safety. Because lost and found stuff.
Yeah.
Bring it to the info desk.
Lost and found info desk.
Yes. But if the lost thing happens to be either an alien or a kid.
Yeah.
Get team safety involved.
Yeah, team safety takes care of aliens.
And children.
And children.
Lost children, at least. Because they have first aid.
Mm-hmm.
They have a condition space, and that's a lot better than putting them in a samla and stacking them with the lost hoodies. And
they have the big alien guy to figure out where the alien came from and make sure that that they can send back to the right location. Yeah.
So, info desk, lost and found, directly opposite to the info desk. There's first aid, there's team safety, there's the centrale post, decked phone number 1111. And if someone sees a lost child, please approach carefully. Try to get them to the info desk if this is difficult. And also, just immediately call Centrale Post 1111.
Yeah.
If for some reason you need some extra help, Cohesion could also help out with just guidance. And then safety and team at the info desk will work together to make sure that the child is safe and the parents can be located and the parents can be reunited with the child.
And the alien can phone home. Cool.
Because we do have a field phone in the info tent. At least it should have. And while you're there, send a postcard with Chaos Post.
Oh yes, please do. Listen to one of the earlier episodes with Konmai to figure out what Chaos Post is, because it's fun.
It's great fun. Yes, absolutely.
That was it, I think, for this episode.
I think so. Did we have some really cool questions from the online info desk?
What is the best way to dye your hair, beard and hair pink? If you have a white beard, it's perfectly fine to add the paint directly. If you have slightly darker hair, it might be a good idea to first bleach it before you dye it pink.
These are the tips you need. I mean,
but we did get five-star reviews only, and even 1 6-star review from the online info desk.
Awesome.
And then you might wonder, how do you get those reviews? Well, we just ask it after answering the question. How many stars would you give this answer? And everybody said 5. So we did an amazing job.
Awesome. So, if I look at the document,
it's sort of done.
Yeah. If you have questions, if you have any feedback, you can put it down below in the doobly-doo if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, send us an email at WHYcast@WHY2025.org. And
we might even read it.
Oh, we will. Honestly. If you're rummaging around down below, also click the subscribe button and the share button. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And we hope to see you next Friday on the field for another
live on stage WHYday.